Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Allie, and today I'm going to do something a little bit different. I've never done this before. I've never kind of done just a brain dump of my thoughts or feelings or opinions or epiphanies that I've had, but I had like one of those aha moments this week, and I felt like it would make a good video, and I wanted to kind of share my thoughts and opinions and maybe get some feedback to see what your guys' thoughts are. So, you guys, if you follow me, you may already know that I am a huge fan of Joseph Campbell. And if you aren't familiar who that is, he's been dead for 30 years, but he has contributed quite a bit of material academically and spiritually. He kind of bridges the gap, I think, which is sort of where I'm at. He studied a lot. Well, he's a mythologist. That's his primary profession, but he's been influenced by religious scholars and anthropologists and psychiatrists and psychologists, and he's taken influence from them as well as given back to those fields of study as well. He's contributed much and influenced many people, including storytellers and writers, with his work. He's just an amazing human being, and he's still influencing us today, even after he's been passed for 30 years. I just find him amazing, and his fields are my fields of study. He studied religion and comparative religion. I studied religion in university. I graduated with degrees in psychology and anthropology. That's what he does, and he studies myth and how it relates to human experience. Anthropology and psychology are the studies of the human experience as the individual, as well as culturally as a whole. So he's totally fascinating to me. And the other day I was watching one of his lectures, and he said something that really struck me. It was kind of this aha moment, and I wanted to kind of share, especially I think other readers, tarot readers, maybe other readers as well, probably psychologists too, are going to maybe, I don't know, feel the same way I did, have that kind of aha moment. So he said that those who attempt to classify and categorize their lives are removing themselves from the human experience. Now, Joseph Campbell is known for, he always says, like religion and spirituality is all about searching for the meaning of life and what is our purpose. And all religions are kind of, trying to answer that question, right? Well, he has an answer, and he's known for his phrase, follow your bliss. That's what he preaches that to all of his students. If you want to know what your life purpose is, follow your bliss. He says that the purpose is in the human experience, and the human experience is reflected in our stories and our mythologies, and those mythologies aren't to be taken literally, but they are metaphors for what it's really like to be a human and discover ourselves and our purpose. So follow your bliss, that's the key. But he was saying that the people who try to classify and categorize are essentially cheating themselves out of their purpose, and which is the human experience. So he gave an example, because I don't know if that's really clear, but he gave an example. And he said, for example, people who, say, what's the meaning of my relationship? Well, maybe you're dating this new guy and you're really enthusiastic about it, and you kind of start asking questions like, well, what's the meaning of this relationship? What's the purpose? Why did I meet this guy? Will it end in marriage? Are we going to move in together? But those people who are asking those questions or seeking those answers are trying to put things in boxes. They're trying to kind of plan ahead, stick to a plan, classify, categorize their lives, and those people are cheating themselves out of their human experience or their life's purpose, which is the real meaning of life. What we are here on this earth to do is to experience life. And I was like, wow, that kind of, because I hear readers all the time expressing their frustration with people who want quick answers, magic pills. They want assurance that everything's going to be perfect and okay and come out roses, and they don't have to worry, and they don't have to do any work to make it happen. It's just meant to be. And I know why people come to readers asking these kind of questions. I know that it makes it easier. It makes it it's comforting. They're looking for some kind of comfort and that reassurance and that assurance that they're doing the right thing. But they're looking for that because they're afraid of making mistakes. They're afraid of failure. The bottom line is they are afraid, okay? But fear is the threshold to the human experience. And we see this in mythology. We see this in religions. You have often this formidable, ugly, horrible, scary looking guardian at the gate that's trying to scare you away from all the wonderful things that are on the other side. Will Smith has an amazing video of his experience skydiving. He's talking about fear and how the greatest experiences lie on the other side of fear. And so that's the human experience, you guys. That is where we find our purpose and meaning in life, is taking risks and then earning the rewards for taking those risks. So I found, like, I know tarot readers talk about this. I know they get really frustrated with people who are looking for the easy way out or the easy answers. And even when they ask the question, maybe they get an answer they don't like, and then they leave kind of angry or disappointed. But take responsibility for your life. Be accountable. That's where you feel the reward. And so I know there are tarot readers kind of like nodding their head, because we have this conversation a lot in our forums and our group chats and stuff about, you know, clients who want those quick fixes and easy answers, and how do we deal with them. So I know there are readers out there, and I don't want to speak for all readers, but I know there are some like me who are like, yeah, that totally makes sense. But those of you who aren't readers, maybe you go to see readers, might be saying, well, if you can't predict the future, why do we come to you? And that is a great question. But I'd like to say too that I know some amazing readers, personally, as well as just ones that are you know, high profile. You know, they have the fame, they've got, you know, a great following, big contracts with big publishers. They're doing shows all over the world. They may have their own TV shows. I know some local psychics, readers, healers who have no worries about clients. They're lined up at the door, booking months ahead. So these readers that are saying, well, predictions aren't really all that accurate. You know, they're saying, at least I hear them saying that, yeah, sometimes they are, but they're not always. And, you know, they don't work out 50% at best of the time. So the value is not in predictions. I think if you're going to go see a reader of any kind, tarot or otherwise, the value is not in the predictions that you receive. That might be why you go, because you're looking for that comfort and that reassurance or that validation. But the real value is in the prescriptions, in the how-to, because then you leave feeling empowered. You leave feeling like you have options and that you're in control. Or even in a prescription, you can get that validation that yes, you are in alignment with spirit, you are on the road to success. It doesn't mean that you're going to get to the finish line, because anything could happen between now and then, but so far you're on the right path. So keep going with what you're doing. Readers may prescribe, you know, be on alert for this, or pay attention for that, or you may want to make a few tweaks and changes here and there, but it's those readings that I think are the most inspiring, the most empowering, because if we think of you know, our heroes and our favorite stories, all those are just metaphors for our own life. We think about we think about those heroes, all of them, just anything, pick a story, a great epic story, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, superhero stories, just Hunger Games. You know, they're all really the same story because they all require a hero who stepped outside their comfort zone, who faced down a villain, who made a selfless sacrifice in order to achieve a great reward, treasure, or boon that can now be shared with the public, the world, whoever, the society that they live in or came from. They get to share that with others, and that's the story. And I love, if any of you are familiar with Kimberly from Fables Den, she's another reader. She always adds a tagline to all of her videos and her blogs and whatnot. She always says, be the hero of your own story. And I love that. I use that line myself because it's so true, that we all need to be the hero of our own stories. And that's where we find our bliss. That's what Joe Campbell was talking about. You know, if you keep on the path of what makes you happy, doors will open for you. Doors will open for you that wouldn't open for other people because they're meant for you. And the way you find those doors is you do and you pursue and you engage and you participate in the things that you enjoy and the things that make you happy, or the things that you find completely interesting and that awe-striking. You know, that is your purpose. That is the trick. That is the key to being successful. And success, I don't mean like rich and famous. I just mean happy and completely content with life. So going back to the main quote, that was kind of my sort of aha epiphany moment. You know, we talk about this as tarot readers, but I've never heard it phrased so powerfully before, that those people trying to categorize, put things in boxes, plan their life way ahead, make things fit the way they want them to fit instead of the way they should, are missing out on, you know, the meaning of life, on their true purpose. And I think about that the next time you consult the cards or see a reader. You want to leave empowered. You want to know that you're in control, that you create your own destiny. And even though there is, you know, like I said, there are doors available to you, and the way to find them is follow your bliss. And I truly believe that. I feel like, you know, Joe Campbell is, you know, hit it on the nail on the head. He's got it all figured out. And anyway, he's just such an inspiring figure in my life. So I think that's all I have to say on this subject. Let me know what you think. If you want to counter any points I've made, I'd love to hear, you know, a counter argument to this, or, you know, tell me if you agree. Share your comments below, and I will see you guys next time. Until then, stay shiny and keep sparkling.